Hey, what's going on YouTube? For those of you returning, welcome back. If this is your first time here, I'm a do-it-yourselfer, and this week we are in our bedroom and we're going to be tackling the headboard and the bed. So this bed I actually made several years ago. This is for a queen-size mattress. I couldn't find something that I really liked that was sturdy enough. Most of it's made out of particle board and ends up breaking apart. And they were kind of expensive, and I'm like, you know what? I could probably build something that I like more for less. So that's what I did. It's kind of a floating style bed. And then I also have some like floating nightstands over here. So let me show you a little bit closer what we got. Okay, so here's the bed. If I kind of go down at an angle, it looks like it's floating, but if you go down more, you can see the legs underneath there. I just tucked them up underneath there far enough to where when you're kind of standing, you don't see them. The bed itself I did make. The headboard, I think we bought from like Walmart or something like that. And same thing with the nightstands. The nightstands I also bought from Walmart as far as I know, but they used to have a bottom portion which I removed and attached them to the headboard so they would be a floating nightstand. And if you're like us and don't have bedding on your bed that you have to make every day, I mean, think about it. You spend 10 minutes, 365 days a year, that is 60 hours. That is 2.5 days a year you are spending making your bed. I don't know about you, but for me, I'd rather spend that extra 10 minutes every day, I don't know, playing more Nintendo Switch or sleeping in a little, 10 more minutes. I mean, I don't want to spend it making my bed. I haven't made my bed since I was, I don't know, probably less than a teenager. I started sleeping on top of the bedding with another blanket when I was at home, and now that I'm an adult, I don't even have a comforter or anything like that that we even sleep on top of. We just sleep on a sheet, and we have separate blankets because we don't like to share. So if you're like us, go ahead and give this video a like. So what we're actually doing today is we are going to be rebuilding this bed, and I got to build a new headboard because we are finally upgrading to a king size mattress. So when we originally moved into the house, my desk was in the corner there, and with my desk over there, a king size mattress was not going to fit in this room, and so we had to have a queen size. I have since moved my desk out into an office. I turned one of my bedrooms into an office, so we have more room. Over here, you can see kind of some marks in the carpet. We usually actually have dog beds here. There's one there, and then one there, and then we usually have another one over there because we have 4 dogs. And the dogs don't sleep on the bed with us. They have their own beds. I don't want the bed covered in hair. So we are going to go ahead and rebuild the headboard. The bed we are actually going to just dismantle, spread apart, and put it back together. So the bed will actually be a little bit easier where the headboard I'm kind of having to start from scratch. We're going to reuse the floating nightstands, and I'm kind of building the same style headboard. So here's what the frame looks like without the decking on it. I'm going to use the same centerpiece, but then I have to add new side strips. This bed is 60 inches on the inside, so where you see like just the bare wood, it's 60 inches. So a king size bed is 76 inches, so I have to have new side pieces. That's what's leaning up against right there. And so I'm going to have to widen this frame. I already cut the 2x4s going across, and I already made a new end piece, which is right here. So I got to dismantle this and then put it back together. So hopefully that won't be too bad because I really shouldn't have to do any cutting. I already did that yesterday, and it's just unscrewing and screwing it back together. So I took a 4 foot by 8 foot sheet of plywood, 3/4 inch. cut a notch out of the top and bottom on both sides, and then I actually had to add in 8 inches to the end of it on both ends. I extended them so that I can screw the nightstands to those tabs. So one of the things I wanted to mention real quick, I use a lot of pocket holes. I'm not using pocket holes on here, but I got this clamp right here, which is from Craig, and I hate it. I can't get it to work right. Sometimes you need to flip this piece around, which requires unloosening a screw. It's just, I hate it. So I got one of these, which is actually working for this use as well, not just pocket holes. And I like this a lot better. So if you need something like this, I'll put a link in the description where you can pick a couple up on Amazon. It works a lot better. Stay away from this. And I believe one of these is like $40, and you can get a pair of these for like $20 to $30. So at this point we have the bed frame widened, and I'm ready to take it back into the house. I want one more coat of polyacrylic on the headboard, and then I can attach the nightstands to the wings. And I got to put some polyacrylic on the trim on the headboard. So I'm going to do that, and while it's drying, we'll take the frame back inside. And just imagine one more piece of plywood right here in the middle. So it's been a long 2 days, but this is where we're at. I just have the board over here to put in the middle, but before I did that, I wanted to show you where we were at. We got the headboard. I attached the headboard to the bed. The last one was bolted to the wall. So far, it doesn't look like I'm going to need to do that, but I might. So the nightstands are in the right spot, and we just gotta put this last piece in, and then we can put the mattress back on. We're just gonna have the queen size mattress for now. It did take me a minute to figure out how I wanted to run cords, because there's only an outlet over behind that nightstand, and I had to get power over to her side for her stuff. So it did take me a minute to figure out how to do that. So yeah, when I say a minute, I mean like 2.5 hours. So here's what it looks like all finished up. Right now we just have the queen size mattress. We haven't gotten the king size yet. It's on, we've ordered it, but it hasn't gotten here yet. So we have gaps on both sides for now. And yes, the picture is off center. I have to recenter it. I'm not doing it now because I am tired. I'll do that later. It was centered for the other bed, so I'm gonna have to move it over like 8 inches or something like that. Because a king size bed is about 16 inches wider than a queen size. So that's why I had to remake everything. The headboard actually looks pretty much identical to the one that was here, which is totally fine with us. We didn't hate it, we just needed something bigger. Okay, so we got the new mattress in. It's not, obviously it's not pushed all the way up in there, but I want to show you a little bit more details of the bed in case you want to try and make your own. So the headboard I kept fairly simple in its design. I showed you what it looked like with kind of the side wings, and now the nightstands are attached. As far as the headboard goes, the top piece is just a 1x4 as well as the side pieces, and they're just attached to the 3/4 inch piece of plywood. These end pieces are screwed in from the back with some screws, and then the top piece I used pocket holes along the back side coming up into the board. So it's really simple, nothing fancy. And here's what it looks like from this side. We're still trying to figure out what to do with the dog beds. It's kind of a mess over here. I haven't figured that out yet. But we have not slept on this yet. We literally just got it delivered. And yes, it's a purple mattress. And yes, I'm okay with the cancer dust, or whatever that dust is in the bed. As far as the bed frame goes, it's 76 inches this way and 78 inches this way. The mattress, a king size mattress, measures 76 by 80. I went a little short going this way to try and keep it from sliding down. Those are the measurements that are on the inside edge, because if you look here, there's a little bit of a lip, and then there's 2x6s that are just screwed onto the outside. So those measurements are going to be on the inside edge here. So overall, it should be about 79 inches wide, adding the 3 inches for the two 2x6s on either side. But for the most part, I made this bed with fairly basic tools. You probably don't need anything fancy. I didn't get crazy with the finishing or anything like that. I won't notice it. So I'm by no means a professional woodworker, but it works for us. It's really sturdy, and we've been really happy with it. And now it's going to be nice to have the bigger mattress, because we've actually been sleeping on it for the last week without the big mattress. So there's been a big gap on either side that we kind of have to step over when we're getting in and out of bed to hopefully not smash our shins on it. So this is really easy to do. So this is something that most of you could do with just basic tools. It didn't take any special tools to get this done. It's easier now because I've acquired more tools over the years, but yeah, this is something that you could easily tackle yourself. So don't spend money on those particle board beds. They're just going to fall apart. They break really easy. Make something more sturdy, and you'll be happier with it, and it'll last a lot longer. So hopefully I can give you guys a little bit of confidence to try and tackle something like this yourself. It's not difficult, and so I guess that does it for this week, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.